Choi continues his duty as the interim chief of the LAPD.
And Chief Choi joins us now live in studio this morning. Welcome. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we want to get started. Something that's been of particular attention to people, especially here in the Valley, are all of those burglaries and break-ins in the Encino area. You have gone ahead, you've told residents that you give your condolences. Can you talk a little bit about why we're seeing this spike in this particular area, what's driving it, and what people can really do to protect themselves?
Well, first of all, I don't know why this particular area is seeing a spike. We're talking about Encino, Tarzana, Woodland Hills. But I know that there's a spike in the area. And how we're responding to it is first working with the community, informing them. We're doing foot beats with community members. We're attending various homeowners association community meetings, and we're letting them know what we're doing. So what we're doing is we've increased our patrols. We've taken other resources from the organization and shifted them up to this area. You're going to see visible resources, such as our mounted unit, but you're also not going to see resources that are behind the scenes identifying suspects and bringing these suspects to justice. We're using technology, license plate readers, all sorts of things. We're using our air support, our airships, quite frankly, to be ready response. So if a call comes out, they can respond faster than a police car. So we're having success. We've recently had a few, I would say 3 or 4 very good arrests that are related to specifically these areas we're talking about for burglaries. They're ongoing investigations, so I won't get into too much detail, but we believe these folks are linked to multiple different burglaries in the area. So we're seeing success. We're going to continue that. We're going to continue to engage with the community until these burglaries go away. One thing that I would ask the public is, there's certain ways to fortify or make your home safer. And that is obviously good lighting in the evenings, clearing brush away so people can see your home from the street. However, these suspects, a lot of them are entering from the back. They're going around the back, They're breaking windows, they're going to the second story, breaking windows and entering. They're only in there for a few minutes, they ransack the place and they leave. So I would say pay attention to your backyard as well, make sure it's well lit.
Get a dog.
Get a dog, it's great. Noise is probably one of the best deterrents. Also, too, we're finding Wi-Fi jammers on these individuals. So if you have a surveillance system, we would encourage everyone to use, it's a little more difficult, but use hardwired systems.
Okay.
Because we are finding Wi-Fi jammers with these suspects.
Wow.
Yeah, super frustrating, I'm sure, for you all, but also for the people who live in that neighborhood.
It is, but we're committed to making a difference.
Okay, let's pivot to 4 years from now.
Okay.
And the 2028 Olympics. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about it coming to LA and the concerns over security, and it's going to be car-free, so people are going to be using the public transportation systems. How are you all preparing for that, even now?
Yeah, so we are preparing for it now. We've been preparing for it, and many of us went over to Paris to see how those games were run, see how the security plan was laid out. There's a lot of work to be done. But we are meeting regularly, the planning group. So there's 2 aspects of it. There's a security effort, and then there's a logistical operational effort. So where the venue is going to be, how where is the ticket counter going to be, how is the public going to access tickets?
Well, we also saw in Paris how that goes hand in hand when the train system went down just before the opening ceremony, that security and logistics end up sometimes crossing over.
Absolutely, it does. So there's multiple layers. I won't get into the details of our security plan, but there's multiple layers of security. And some of that includes road closures, right? So hence, the less cars we have on the road, the better people can get around. And we ask people, they're going to have to rely on mass transit. Prepare to use mass transit. Our role with MTA is to make the transit system safer, more enjoyable, and easier to use. And that's something we're committed to doing.
We had vice presidential candidate Tim Walz recently in Southern California, just within the last 48 hours or so. We're going to start seeing these candidates coming through over and over again. You're going to see rallies. You've got the conventions coming up. People are going to gather places. We had the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. Is there anything your office is doing in terms of looking at these types of gatherings and political events and from a security standpoint, looking into how to better fortify some of that?
So yes, I wouldn't say better fortify. So we already, anytime we have a dignitary or presidential
Political
candidates
figure.
coming in. We have a very good relationship with Secret Service. This is Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's a president, former president, or we do everything, I won't say we do everything to the point where we're comfortable that it's going to be a safe visit. That's not going to change. Again, we have a very close relationship with Secret Service. We have a robust effort and deployment when these individuals come into town. And I feel confident that these dignitaries can come into town safely, do what they need to do, and then go back home.
Yeah, that was a major issue, the communication between the local law enforcement and the Secret Service in the case of the assassination attempt. We were just talking about Metro in 2028. I want to go back quickly to that. Crime on the Metro, to a lot of people, seems like it's out of control. There's now going to be a police force added to the Metro. Can you tell us a little update about what's happening there?
Well, okay, so I admit there were several high-profile incidents on the buses and the trains. Probably about a month ago, we saw a series of them. Since then, knock on wood, we haven't seen much of that. I will tell you, overall, on the buses and trains in the city of Los Angeles, now 3 agencies, police the system, but in the city of Los Angeles, we've seen year-to-date numbers compared to 2023. We've seen ridership increase on both the trains and the buses, and crime go down. That's violent crime and property crime. One thing that we've been doing, LAPD specifically, is we've been doing significant tap card checks. So tap cards doesn't mean that somebody has to pay a fare, but it means that they've registered and they're lawfully on the system, right? So when we first started this several years ago, we were at about 30% compliance. Everybody would check tap cards on, nobody had them. Now we're at 90% compliance.
Oh, that's good.
And so we're doing much better. And what we're also finding is the arrests that we have to make, still over 90% of those individuals that we're arresting have no evidence of being authorized to be on the system.
Interesting.
Meaning they don't have tap cards. So I think that tells me that access control over a period of years is the way to really reduce crime on the trains and the buses. And I think we're headed in that direction. Again, I'm not the MTA board, but I think we are headed in that direction. And so I'm hopeful and optimistic that we're going to be more than prepared for 2028.
All right, Chief Choi, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Always good to see you. And we want to mention that you will be at this press conference a little bit later on today.
At 10 o'clock, yes, I will.
All right. Chief Choi, thank you.